Goed dat het jullie zo gewijd heeft om de tent is blijven staan. Ja.
Good morning and welcome to the opening of Brains Unlimited. Your Majesty, it's a great honor that we have you with us today. Also a special welcome to the King's Commissioner, Theo Bovens, and to Onno, who's the Mayor of Maastricht. There will be many building blocks following this day, not only in Maastricht, but also the whole province of Limburg, our contribution to what we call the Brain for 2020 agenda. Together with other knowledge institutions, the business sector, and the Limburg government, we will use this initiative, which we call the Limburg Kennisras, to transform Limburg into a true knowledge economy. Please let me go into some detail about the concept of Brains Unlimited. The mission here is to achieve a better understanding on how the brain works. Collaboration is key in these halls, but it's not stopping here. Our researchers, if you forgive me for saying that, pick their own brains with colleagues from many other world-leading research centers, such as the Forschungszentrum in Jülich, the University of Minnesota, and also with many commercial partners, such as Siemens Healthcare. Translational research in neuroscience is the key aim of many of these research lines. And at the core of the building, a 9.4 Tesla system, one of only 5 in the world, opening up huge opportunities in advancing our understanding of human anatomy, functionality, and metabolism. Having these exciting new scanners here will open up many possibilities for researchers across Maastricht University and the Maastricht University Medical Center. On top of that, we also want researchers from across Europe and further away to make use of this facility. And so we encourage everyone to think of this as an open access infrastructure. To facilitate this, we have created an independent company, ScanNexus, to be the vehicle for the management of this facility, as well as providing and deliver projects utilizing the scanners itself and the elements carried out with our partners. We are happy to report in this context that the so-called Maastricht study, a study under responsibility of the Academic Hospital Maastricht, has plans to carry out the imaging component on the ScanNexus 3 Tesla system, scanning 6,000 people from our area over the next 2 years, a major step forward in putting the facility to use for the benefit of the people in Limburg. ScanNexus provides dedicated research technologists and a network of scientific, clinical, and application expertise with an initial focus on clinical neurology, neuroscience, and mental health, but also MR spectroscopy and ambitions to develop into cardiac and oncology imaging, both disciplines with strong clinical research teams here in Maastricht and at the Maastricht University Medical Center. You will all have an opportunity to visit the scanner facility later this morning and will be able to see some of the impressive data that have already been generated on these systems. And the ScanNexus team will be available to provide you with any additional information. Brains Unlimited also facilitates knowledge valorization and stimulates entrepreneurship in the specific field of mental health and cognitive neurosciences. To bridge the gap between research and industry, business development and spin-off creation are of crucial importance. A brand new incubator is the third and final building in the complex. Managed by Biopartner Center Maastricht, here accommodation, venture capital and business support will be offered to startups and established companies that develop, produce and market new diagnostics and treatments, imaging tools and software, This has direct economic impact, as about 30 companies with more than 220 employees reside already within the Biopartner Center complex. A large part of these companies are a spin-off of the Maastricht University and the Maastricht University Medical Center, but we also see increasing interest of companies which want to move to our campus. The last topic, but also a very important topic, I would like to address is education. Building on the excellent reputation of Maastricht University in bachelor's, master's, and doctoral education programs, the Brains Unlimited partners also offer a new executive training in the principles and application of MRI imaging. MRI is increasingly used for clinical, diagnostic, and fundamental research, as I said. However, due to the rapid expansion of these fields, there is currently a high demand but a substantial lack of qualified personnel in research organizations and companies, especially in the field of MRI physics and analysis and ultra-high field imaging. The new executive education program that we plan to start aims to bridge the gap for the supply of higher qualified personnel and will provide an interdisciplinary, innovative environment for the use of MRI imaging technologies in the fields of physics, clinical, and fundamental human research. Your Majesty, I sincerely hope I was able to give an appropriate introduction into this special project. A project that came to life due to the input of many. Of course, I cannot name them all here, but I would like to give some special thanks to some people, and I'm going to use an image of sports to illustrate that. And I know after 5 years in this country and being German, I should not use football as an example. So I will use the game of baseball. And if you want to, and the Dutch are the world champions in this game. If you want to win a game in baseball, you need a strong starting pitcher. That is somebody who has a clear vision, a lot of strengths, and can throw the ball very well. And to us, this role was fulfilled by Jo Ritsen, who started this project with a great vision, a grand vision, and really brought everybody online. But in baseball, sometimes these pitchers, after a long game, they tire a little bit. So they need somebody to relieve them. That's called a relief pitcher. And this role was fulfilled here by Leon Frissen, who, as the Queen's Commissioner in this time, realized the impact that this project could have for this whole region. And at the end, when things get really tight, you need something that's a closer, that he's closing the game to bring the win home. And I think this is the role I would assign to Ad Veenhoff, who came in at the very end as the chair of our supervisory board, who really finished up this project. But most importantly, to win a game in baseball, and I think in all sports, but also in science, you need to have a good team that supports you. And I think the team here is at the core, the people who are for the content. The many excellent scientists, Rainer Goebel, just to name him in place of the others, but also the leadership of the Faculty of Psychology and Neuroscience, Bernadette, Jansma, and everybody who is in the room. You are the true heroes, and we have to thank you very much to bring this day to a reality, and let's look now towards a bright future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Please pick a chair. Thank you so very much for your introductory speech. And, well, maybe I will present some of those team players and some of those top players here on stage. Bernadette Jansma, your name was mentioned already. May I invite you here on stage as Dean of the Faculty of Psychology and Neuroscience. Professor Dr. Rainer Goebel. Yes, your name, Professor of Cognitive Neuroscience. Ab van der Touw, CEO from Siemens Netherlands. Please step on stage. And then, of course, the mayor of Maastricht, Onno. Where are you? You are there. And then the King's Commissioner of the province of Limburg, Mr. Theo Bovens. And I think I've got you all. You all have a chair? Yeah, you all serve some water if you want. So, Rainer Goebel, you feel happy today?
Yes, one of the happiest days in my life.
Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Now, tell me all. I must say, Mr. Goebel, once you talk with anybody about Brains Unlimited, your name is dropped within the minute, as if it is one. Now tell me, you never gave up. You wanted this to be realized. Now, why is it so important to you?
It's so important because with these unprecedented machines, we reach an extremely high spatial resolution to look into the brain. It's
Yes.
a little bit as if you give a biologist a new microscope where he sees new things in tissue. Or you give an astronomer a new telescope and he sees further out into space.
Yeah.
We feel today like this, the scientists, they really get now devices where we can look into the working brain in an unprecedented level of detail. And we had a vision some years ago, and that's why we're so happy here, because we are grateful that the university and all the people who supported that helped us to get this new device where we now can start to really understand better how our mind emerges from the brain. Because we study how the parts of the brain become activated, how they interact, how they are connected, and how this brings up what we all are, that we can speak, that we have thoughts, that we have emotions. That's what we want to understand.
And that's what 24/7 is driving you.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Wonderful. Now this device, as you call it, was delivered by Siemens. Mr. Ab van der Touw, you must be the happiest CEO ever. I mean, you reached your targets, didn't you?
Absolutely. I see the money flowing in.
There you go.
Now, we're very happy and very proud on this cooperation. And you see, I think that the societal relevance of this project is that we all get very old. And there's a lot of mental diseases in old age, in obsolescence, as we say in industry.
Yes.
And there is a flip coin to getting older. I remember the other day congratulating Chris Patten on his becoming member of the House of Lords. And he said, well, this is an honor, but on the other side, you should realize it is the ultimate proof of the existence of life after death. And people getting older cost a lot of money to society.
Yeah.
And if we get to the kernel of the causes of mental diseases, such as Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson and multiple sclerosis, we would gain a lot of comfort in old age. Yeah. Despite the fact that we are getting older, it should be more comfortable.
To get older, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, the happiest CEO in a good
Very happy.
business, Bernadette Jansma, you are smiling as well, and we heard Martin Powell already saying there's one very important topic when it comes to Brains Unlimited, which is education.
Yes.
Now, you as Dean of the Faculty of Psychology and Neuroscience, you already stated earlier, when this was not done yet, that we are unique for our students, our bachelors and our masters, but now there's something added to it.
Yeah.
What exactly?
Now, what is brilliant here in Maastricht is the interdisciplinarity. Yeah? So you don't have just one subject, but you work together. It's also why, for example, this faculty is called Psychology and Neuroscience, because we have the cognitive aspects of psychology. So why do we behave like we behave, and why do we behave okay, or are we malfunction in a sense? But there's also this biological part to it, and students here learn very, very early on, actually from the bachelor, also from the master, and in the PhD graduate schools, that actually you should not go into one discipline only, but combine disciplines. When we do this within the faculty, we also do this with colleagues at the medical faculty, and also with culture, with law, with philosophy, where you see also ethics plays a role. And this is actually what we can offer here. And of course, these machineries, next to other 64 laboratories that we have in psychology here, is very relevant that students get access to these facilities, to laboratories, to think sharp in analytical way as early as possible.
Is this situation unique in the world, or
Yes.
comparable?
Yeah, I mean, we come places, or we go places, and I can tell you, whenever I come back, I'm very happy to come back, because it's not at all dusty. You have laboratories that are very rich and very famous, but students who come back there and say, "Oh God, it's like you feel like a rabbit being in incubators." This is, I mean, if you all will see the building and also the campus here, you see that it's made for young generations of scientists and young generation of responsible people that go into society, may it be South Limburg, or may it be the Netherlands, or Europe, or globe, and I think you have to have
It starts
a good
here.
time. Yes.
Yes. You must be happy as well, Mr. Theo Bovens, as King's Commissioner, because you were born and raised in this province of Limburg, and you saw over the last, the line of business, let's put it that way, has changed dramatically over time in this province.
I'm afraid you want to say you have seen the last 100 years.
Yes, well, in a way, I must admit that I was thinking that, don't do this.
Don't do this.
No, but tell me
how... For the record, I'm 54, for the record.
54?
Sorry.
Thanks for sharing, yes. Now tell me, because that line of business changed.
Yes,
and what does that mean for a province and its population?
Well, if you see the economic situation here in Limburg, we have seen a society, a rural society in the 19th century. We see the coming of the coal mines in the year 20 and 30 from the last century. And then we see the transition to the industry, to materials, etc. And now you see the next transition to the knowledge economy. And it's very important for the Limburg people that this transition is also a proof of the flexibility of the economy and the flexibility of the people here. So I'm very proud, and I'm becoming more proud and more chauvinistic when I hear those pieces speak. And you paid, Mr. Paul paid, I think very correctly, tribute also to my predecessor, Leo Frisse, for having this idea. And I think the province of Limburg, as a government on a regional level, can play a very important role to support these kinds of developments.
What role exactly?
That can be a financial support, that's one, but also in the vision and to suit the facilities here, to support also the relation with, from this facility to, for instance, the people of South Limburg. The Maastricht study was already mentioned, so also for the health situation here, it's very important that this facility is here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Then, Mr. Onno, Mayor of the city of Maastricht, what does an institute as Brains Unlimited mean for the city? Well, what can it mean for the city?
As you know, on the one hand, we are the oldest city in the Netherlands. On the other hand, we are the youngest academic center of the Netherlands. Mm-hmm. And that makes it very special because you feel that you have an open society here and people are hungry to learn and to embrace also people who have ambition. Yeah. And what we see nowadays with Professor Goebel and the team around him, that are the new kind of entrepreneurs. So in the past you had, as the governor just explained, the industrial entrepreneurs, and we were growing in that period. We're also the oldest industrial city of the Netherlands. Yes. But now you see we make a new step with the support of Siemens, with the support of the hospital, with the support of the university, to have a new business here on the Maastricht Health Campus. And from today on, we really have a face of the Maastricht Health Campus. And that was very important for us, because nowadays there are already a lot of small and medium-sized enterprises here, a lot of startups from the university, a lot of cooperation with the academic hospital, a lot of cooperation with Siemens and other companies around us. And now we really have the face, and we have the possibility to let it grow in the EU region. Because Maastricht is the center, of course, but as Professor Goebel explained me just before we started this discussion, he works also together, of course, with Jülich, but also with Liège, with the hospital there. So we are really in the center of the region, and that's the position of Maastricht in the future.
Yeah. Mr. Goebel, why Maastricht? Because I was told that there are a lot of people attracted you all over the world. You could have been everywhere with your team. Now, why Maastricht?
I would say there are several reasons, but the biggest one I would say is the incredible team we have formed here in Maastricht. So when there was offers to move somewhere else in the world to do something like we do now here, I refused these offers because I decided we have built an incredible team here in Maastricht, and I saw the potential because Jo Ritzen, at that time our university president, supported my first vision of going.
You mean a team of scientists?
A team of scientists.
Okay, because, and you did not want to move them all?
You cannot. I mean, the team was already at that time like 30, 40 people. We are now approaching 100 people. And the point was, if you really invest over many years in people, I found this even more important than in machines. But what you really need is both. You need to integrate the best devices to really get new insights, and you need, of course, brilliant people to do it. I cannot do this alone. We need a strong team here in Maastricht.
Okay, so it first started with the team, and then you know that all the rest will come.
I had the hope the rest will come, and it was
because then you went to Jo Ritzen.
People thought I'm crazy because they said, "Are you crazy? Why you don't go to Stanford? You have an offer, you know, or to other places in the Netherlands." I refused this because I realized in Maastricht is a special university, you know. It's focused on their talent, and they talk with you. And then I have had the chance to convince first the university board, and then from that side on, we kind of teamed up to see whether there's really hope to bring this to successful realization. And that took us many years. I mean, there was over many years ups and downs. It was not the case that I thought 5 years ago we will have this, but it was clear it's worth it to try to do it in Maastricht. That I was convinced from the first day.
But there were even moments that it could break.
Absolutely,
that it would...
there were many of these moments.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, spare me the details maybe, but then it was due to what or who, because we can learn from that you did not give up. Was it really because you believed so strongly in your team or in the university?
Absolutely, yes. I believe very strongly in the whole project Brains Unlimited, because I realized the potential for the medical faculty here, for the hospital, for the basic neuroscientists, for the Euregio, because we had already established links to Jülich, we had already established links to Belgium, to Liège, to Aachen, and so on. And we realized this all together is so strong that it can compete, say, with the MGH in Boston or with Stanford.
Okay.
In that field, it can compete, and honestly, it does at the moment. These people envy us now and want to come here.
Okay, that feels comfortable. Yeah. Good. Bernadette, Jansma, technical insights nowadays, they go so fast that once having finished a bachelor or master's or whatsoever, you need to continuously learn because you're outdated in a minute. Now, can you also offer a solution to that with these?
I mean, Martin already pointed out that we, next to the basic of bachelor master programs, we also have executive masters. That means people there who are already working in the field can come and see, okay, what could you offer us? Being in the job already, not being able to be here full-time, but have a modular approach in courses. I mean, that happens for radiology a lot, but also for the technology aspects of that. We work very narrow there with John Shaw, who is also here from Jülich, because you always say we have mathematics, physics, magnetism, engineering, which makes the machine. And you can compare that when you buy at the Media Markt or somewhere a camera. We know that you will only use 5% of what the camera can do. And this is the same here. I mean, probably not even Rainer, I mean, I'm just there saying that, is not able to actually get everything out of the machine that the machine actually is able to do. But you could improve that by good training, and that's also what we offer here. That means basically, and it's a very fast development. I mean, we nearly daily talk to Siemens and to other suppliers to see what is the next move.
Yes, because then when it comes to that, Mr. van der Touw from Siemens, how does it work nowadays? The relationship customer-supplier. I mean, life changed.
It has changed enormously. I can say that given the rapid technological developments and the restriction on funds, it is simply no longer feasible to develop in splendid isolation. So the installations that we develop come to performances that we even have never dreamt of. So you need the application, and as the saying goes, we have a vision to unravel the workings of the brain, but vision without execution is like hallucination. We won't want to stick in hallucination. And so we're very happy with the cooperation of the team of Bernadette and Rainer that we can actually see how it works, because with the cooling of the superconduction, you go to the absolute zero, minus 270 degrees. You go to the extremes of what science and technology can make. So for us, it's an imperative to work with them together.
What does that mean? Do you have a bond with Brains Unlimited University Health Campus here in Maastricht?
Yeah, we have.
What is your position?
Yeah, we have a strong bond with the University of Maastricht, especially the medical faculty, and I'm still want to understand how some people do not understand in Holland that Maastricht is the first university, coming directly after Leiden, of course. But and, we have that in our brain. I'm not the only one, I see. No, but this cooperation is there, and it's not only with the large corporations like Philips or GE or Siemens, but also small startups who come in this campus and can contribute with nanotechnology, new materials, superconduction, etc., etc. So it is in a way an accelerator of employment of a high level here in this region.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Bovens, in a way, everything is done here is to get us, at the end, a better quality of life.
Yeah.
Now, that is something you use as well in a slogan for the province and the region, don't you?
Yes,
Quality of life.
Quality of life is very important, and I understand from Mr. Goebel that it started with the people who didn't want to move from Maastricht to other places, and then you have the development here. So there is a quality of life, but also the quality of life in the medical sense or in the health sense. This region, South Limburg, is very particular if you see the health situation of the people. And I think not only by this facility, but also by the Maastricht study itself, it can improve the lives of the ordinary people here in the province at a very large scale. So that's a very important thing. And if you have a quality of life here, that's I think a necessity for people to come here and to invest here and to improve their situation here. Yeah.
And then, yes, Bernadette?
Just coming to that, it's not only malfunction in a medical way, but also, I mean, we have changes in society that actually makes us being more responsible for our own well-being, like being able to pay well into pension funds or take care of a good study, education of your kids. It's not the government anymore that deals with all this, so it's going back to the individual. And of course, this is also something what we have to learn, and we have to understand actually, and also brainwise understand how people can take good decisions long term, because we always know that we are very intrigued to going for the short term reward, and we all know that the short term reward not always is the best thing. So how can we adjust people in a good way, also in an ethical, responsible way, to come to good behavior? So that would be the next
and decisions.
It's a better way of life. It's not only
Okay,
care,
Mr. Onno Hoes, do you sometimes dream about the employment the health campus and a facility like this could bring to the city? Because, of course, it's always a pain and a sorrow that you see people educated here but leaving.
Yeah, that's one of the main problems nowadays for us. The university is growing, and we're growing more and more every year. And we have to find opportunities for the students to stay here. And I'm already surprised the last couple of years how many students stay here and start their own company. And a lot of them are connected to the university and to the academic hospital. So when you go to the building in the opposite of the street, to the Biopartner building, then you see all those enthusiastic entrepreneurs, young people who start their own company, find their funding, do everything on their own, and then if they're really lucky, they come into a project like this from Professor Goebel, or they meet people like Up for the Tau, and they find better solutions to grow their company.
And at the end, they will stay.
And then they stay.
Yeah.
And that's so important also for the young people who are born here, that they find the opportunities. And that, again, is not that we are only at the most southern part of the country. We are in the middle of a region, like Professor Goebel just explained. And that's, well, the touch we have to show to all the young people here. Find all your opportunities around, also across the border.
Good. Martin Paul, now,
Yes?
the knowledge access you talked about briefly in your speech. And we're going to finalize the meeting here because we are so anxious to go and see the scanner lab all together. So to finalize here, now, how important, because we have that development going on now in Maastricht, where we have the health campus, the Gemmelot campus, the Greenport campus, and then we have that access towards the Brainport 2020 area. How important is that for the University of Maastricht?
No, I think it is very important. It's not only for us important, but also for our partners in this process, because, as I said earlier, what we do today here in Brains Unlimited and in the health campus is the beginning of many projects that we are embarking on, together with the province, with many of the cities in Limburg, with the academic hospital, to really bring also something back to the people who pay us. You know, we all funded with public money, and we want to give also something back. And what do we want to give back is, one, to do something for the health of the population here, but also do something for the economic well-being and indeed the quality of life by generating jobs. It has been shown that one job we put in the knowledge sector, that creates another 5 or 6 jobs in non-knowledge sectors. So really this is something that starts here in the south of the province to really, it has to reach out over the whole length of Limburg.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. There's so much more to discuss, but I will just finalize it here, because well, let's go back to work. We talked enough now. Thank you very much. Onno Hoes, Bernadette, Jansma, Ab van der Touw, Theo, Bovens, Reiner Goebel, and Martin Paul, please remain on stage if you want. Thank you very much. Thank you. You may be seated, yes. Well, I think, Mr. Paul, for now, I think we had a good update about the importance, what Brains Unlimited will mean for science, what it will mean for education, what it will mean for the region and the regio. So I think it's about time to have it officially opened. And I know that it's not you who is going to do so. You need our majesty for that. So I'll leave it up to you from now.
Thank you very much. And Your Majesty, may I ask you to come to the stage? And we have to do the last building block of this building. We have to put it in place. And may I have the last building block brought to us?
Which is here. So there you go, Mr. Paul. You can
yes,
maybe hand it over.
It on. And we
pass it on.
Yes, it's no coincidence, I think.
Very good.
Maybe you want to step at that side,
yeah.
Your Majesty, and then put it in. And let's see what will happen then.
Oh yeah, it's a bit tough, right? Good. Hey.
Congratulations. Enjoy it. We're glad that Maastricht has this fantastic opportunity.
Thank you.
World-class facility here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And I'm sure you're delighted to go and have a short visit to the Scanner Lab and to see what beautiful premises are built here now. So what I do suggest is that Mr. Martin Paul will accompany, together with Ms. Ross McLennan, Our Majesty, to the Scanner Lab with a small delegation, and then afterwards we will all follow, and of course a lunch will be served for us, a coffee, something to eat, but first of all we will see, is it not done yet? You're still, oh, he's still pushing out. It's okay, it's okay.
Sorry.
Oh, the perfectionists. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, well, thank you very much, and please enjoy your stay. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, and as said, the King will go and visit the Scanner Lab, but we are all welcome, of course, to go and visit the Brains Unlimited building. There will be a film in the auditorium, and there will be something to eat, something to drink, so enjoy your stay here at Brains Unlimited. And thank you very much for attending.